just like Strange World and Lightyear, Inside Out 2 last summer that was supposed to have a lot of LGBTQ themes in it that got removed by Pete Docter, who apparently had to go in and do the same thing here because it was killing Disney. Elio is a $300+ million disaster for Disney. So whatever Lilo and Stitch makes and then digs that hole out, even if $300 million, Elio is going to lose it right back again. It's gonna crash.
Renegade Online.
Lilo and Stitch kicks up a $63 million second weekend. This is for the domestic market. Mission Impossible 8 at $27 million. Karate Kid Legends at $21 million. So Legends actually underperformed even the low end of the range for what this movie was expected to do by places like Box Office Pro. They were thinking maybe 25 to 35 million. Didn't happen. Disney executives, in the same article from DeAlessandro, Disney executives are skipping around the Burbank lot, probably because it's Pride Month and they're looking for little kids. They're skipping around the Burbank lot as Lilo and Stitch is catapulting the studio past the $1 billion mark at the domestic box office with a 30% market share. Disney is the first studio to pass that milestone year to date. Okay, here's the in-context version. Disney is also the first and only studio year to date to be $500 million in the hole. So this is all the marketing BS about, oh, they're the biggest thing at the box office. Oh, they're the first to reach $1 billion. They've also lost their ass. They have lost a metric ton of money. They have lost nearly $300 million on Snow White. They have lost nearly $200 million on Captain Falcon DEI. And now they're set to lose. At this point, we can go ahead and call it. It's the same figure I've been saying since the movie released, that they would, and now it appears they absolutely will lose roughly $100 million on Thunderbolts. That is a $600 million cumulative in the hole loss, theatrical, year to date for movies released this year. I don't care about spillover from Mufasa or whatever the hell else came out before Christmas and Thanksgiving. Talking about movies released this year. Lilo and Stitch is going to be a banger, right? Lilo and Stitch is probably going to make a good bit of money. But it seems almost impossible that Lilo and Stitch is going to make enough profit not only to cover the costs of Lilo and Stitch, but then at the same time dig Disney out of the huge hole they're in. Lilo and Stitch would need to haul in $800 million net. That means Lilo and Stitch would have to do about $1.6 billion at the global box office. $1.6 billion at the global box office. If we believe that Lilo and Stitch cost only $100 million to make, that Disney spent $100 million to market it, which is a perfectly reasonable and probably dead on balls accurate assumption, okay? Cover those costs and then basically still have $600 million more in profit beyond that, right? Cover the costs and then make $600 million in profit. That would get them out of the hole that Disney dug themselves in with Snow White, Thunderbolts, and Captain Falcon DEI. Anybody?
No.
Okay, didn't think so. And then Fantastic Four comes along. So, oh wait, but it doesn't. There's something else before F4.
Oh, Ironheart.
That's Disney Plus.
It doesn't matter. It's a waste of money.
Right there. Right there. Elio.
Oh no, that thing sucks.
Yeah.
Oh man.
This is the net. Now, let me tell you what. Disney right now wishes they only had $100 million invested in this. Word is that it's $200 to $300 million.
It's over 300. I know for a fact. They've produced this film 4 times over now.
Well, I heard 2 to 3.
No. It's 4 times. The one we're going to see is the 4th version of what this story was going to be.
This movie is a disaster.
It's a mess. They've changed people on this the whole time. This thing I've been following since it was announced, and it was announced 3 or 4 years after they'd started working on pre-production
and
development.
It's getting released during Pride Month, which for Disney is no surprise. But I mean, as rumor has it, and you don't have to think too far outside the box to appreciate this next comment, that originally in this film, from what a lot of people have heard, there was a lot more gay in it than there is now. Just like Strange World and Lightyear and Inside Out 2 last summer, that was supposed to have a lot of LGBTQ themes in it that got removed by Pete Docter, who apparently had to go in and do the same thing here, rework this story again because it was killing Disney. But yet Disney doubled down on it on Disney Plus. We'll show that in a minute. But Elio is a $300+ million disaster for Disney. So whatever Lilo and Stitch makes and then digs that hole out, even if $300 million, Elio is going to lose it right back again. It's gonna crash. Right now, according to long-range forecasts for Box Office Pro, June 20th. Y'all, this is less than 3 weeks away. Okay? So the numbers that we're getting at this point for these kind of films are going to get more and more accurate. $35 to $45 million domestic open on June 20th. That's not how you want to start a $300 million plus production that Disney's still going to have to throw another $80 to $100 million minimum to market this turd. And yes, Culture, you're right. This movie has been reworked over and over again. It was supposed to come out 2 years ago, then last year. Now it's this year. It's a complete wreck. So this is another one of these movies that, I mean, it's probably going to wind up somewhere between Strange World and Light in terms of box office. I wouldn't be at all surprised. I think this movie could potentially hand Disney another $200 million loss this year. I think pretty easily.
Man, there's no touchstone here for the audience. They don't have any. They have no inkling of what they're going to be seeing. There's been nothing in the marketing outside of they bring this kid in to be the leader of Earth to, negotiate for our status amongst all the aliens or whatnot. Outside of that, there hasn't been anything there. There isn't something that the audience can get a hook into. No. And the marketing has been underwhelming. Tom, I mean, is this a film that you think is going to win Pixar awards or going to draw an audience?
I don't know about that. The newer trailers look a hell of a lot better than the old ones. That's for sure. Well, that being said, yeah,
the problem is with this movie is that when you look at where this is coming in, right? How to Train Your Dragon comes out the week before.
This thing's doomed.
Exactly. There's nowhere for this to go. I mean, I cannot, unless How to Train Your Dragon winds up being an absolutely terrible film. I mean, in its second weekend, How to Train Your Dragon could still be doing 40 to 50 million. It's going to beat Elio's opening weekend. It should. Well,
I mean, we just watched Lilo and Stitch. Use Lilo and Stitch as like a measuring stick for what we are going to expect from How to Train Your Dragon. Let's just do that.
TPP had an article up this week talking about this. So you can go over here and read the article at thatparkplace.com. Elio tracking disastrous opening. Now, again, we don't have a beat on the international box office, which no surprise there. But when you see the domestic at 35 to 45, theoretically, for a movie like this, the domestic box office, probably just like we saw with something like Strange World, it's probably a lot stronger domestically than internationally. So if it's going to pull in 35 to 45 million domestically, it's probably going to do less than that internationally. I mean, Elio is a movie that could, as of right now, based on the data that we have, right? Elio is a movie that could, it was looking to open under $100 million. So it's going to be another Pixar disaster. And I know Disney has this idea in their head that, well, yeah, original content is tough. People just want to see remakes and sequels and all this. And the problem, of course, with that thinking is that Disney deliberately ignores the fact that they don't have any talent that can write original movies of quality. The only thing they can do is take existing properties that people already know
and destroy them.
But they can get people to show up for them if they just advertise it correctly, right? Now they've screwed that up more often than not. Lilo and Stitch was the first time they got the marketing correct, even though some people think that they screwed up the ending. But they at least market it in such a way, we talked about this last week to death, that people made the decision they wanted to go see it, unlike Snow White, unlike Lightyear, unlike a lot of other things that they have tried to kind of revitalize. Like, I don't think Toy Story 5, honestly, I think that's going to be one of probably the worst performing Toy Story movie, bar none, when it comes out.
Make sure you're subscribed to Valiant Renegade and join us every Sunday at 6 p.m. Eastern for the live show.